All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to yet another race here in Hosting League. We've got Artificer coming up today with 4 racers we've seen before. At the top left, we have Blubbly. We saw them take part in, I believe that was the Commando loadout, and I forget the other one already. But Blubbly's going to be up there in the top left, and the what is that, like creamsicle? Yeah, I would call that like orange creamsicle Artificer right there. I could go for one right now. It is so hot right now. Be totally down for one of those. To their right, we got Cool Mallard in the deep green Artificer. Cool Mallard, fun thing to note is that you always know what he's listening to. So we'll get to see some various tracks throughout the race here today. In the bottom left, we have Faku. Kind of like a baby girl pink. I'll put it at that. Faku is, fun fact, out of all the racers who didn't win in week 1, he was the closest. The only person so far to get to a tiebreaker round here, and, well, not win. The other person being Kay, who obviously got the win. There we go. The race has begun. In the middle of introductions, but that's okay. We've also got Jodovic down in the bottom right. Oh man, look at that robe. I didn't realize like you could have so much color variety with Artificer. That's really cool. I like that. With the very magical, very whimsical robe there. Oh, that is probably like the coolest already skin I've seen yet. And is that Wii Sports baseball trading? Dude, that takes me way back. Alright. Alright, Mallard, I see you there. So they're using Flamethrower today. Something to note about this loadout is you need mobility, you need good damage, you need like good everything. Because if just one thing is off, especially like a feather, if you get a feather, you can actually use the flamethrower, but if you don't have that, if you don't have speed or anything, and we see Blubbly up in top left already grabbing a speed item there, that's going to be huge. You just kind of get whacked around. You don't have that Ion Surge to escape dangerous situations. But there is some good news. They do have 2 different ice abilities. They have, oh my god. They got safer spaces from the bridge. Faku's already got it. Found a Void Cradle. That's Mallard. There's Faku. Yeah, look at that. Safer spaces already got from the bridge. Every other racer will see that and collect that throughout the stage. Some people, maybe not the most comfortable opening that up immediately, right? They want to try and get some HP. Maybe get a healing drone, right? Mallard got the healing drone before and is now heading over. Realizes, all right, I've got healing. Even if I get hit by something, I'm going to be fine. Don't risk taking damage. And uh-oh, not only do we have safer spaces, there's a recycler. Jodo finds one. Where was that at? Let me go back in time, because I'm curious. Okay, it's behind the rock, next to the vent that leads to the other half of the map. Okay. That's the rock where all enemy node meshes just completely break, and the enemies don't really move if they spawn there. Broken AI rock. We'll just call it that. Can we get an official name on that rock? Ignition tank would be huge here. Oh yeah, it would. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. You get an ignition tank, your M1 is suddenly dealing quadruple fire damage. Your flamethrower, quadruple fire damage, stacks pretty nicely. Ooh, that could be huge. Blubbly finds the recycler here as well by no AI rock. And yeah, I think that is that damage chest backup mag? No, it's not. What is it? Bleed. Okay. Well, if I was on the Risk of Rain 2 wiki and I went to the tips and tricks section of Artificer, it would tell me bleed's a good item on Artificer because of flamethrower. So maybe if I'm on the wiki, maybe that's a good thing. Oh, there's a speed printer. Holy. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Top right, look at Mallard. Sees a speed printer, sees a backup mag. Backup mags are okay with Artie, but nothing in comparison to Energy Drink. That is going to be huge. And Faku who has 2 safer spaces. Okay, found a teddy bear earlier. It's got the spaces up. Is going to fight the Vagrant. What's he doing? Nope. I'm warming up here. First race of the day. It's a Monday. Should be okay with the spaces. Johto also beginning the TP as well. Johto does not have spaces. Gets blasted by that Golem. Gets knocked back. And, oh man. That Golem's just playing King of the Hill with him. If you're in Johto's shoes, it's so annoying. Because, yeah, you gotta constantly freeze him. If you get hit by something, you're just gonna get knocked back. The Wisps will knock you back. You don't have Ion Surge to kind of get around this. Right next to TP, Mallard, by the way, finds a... Oh, what is that? Gorax Opus? Ooh, that's gonna be good. Throw that in with the Flamethrower. Let's see how much damage it does if he goes for it. Come on, Mallard. Faku's stream has froze, by the way. Yeah. Oh, come on. Use the Gopus in there. Get it going. Yeah, Faku having a little bit of internet there. Let's see. The slideshow is showing... Is he going to be okay? Ooh, yes, he is. Okay. Kind of low on health, actually. Down to 40. Really playing it risky. Gets the kill. What's the boss item? This Mallard also gets the kill. Hunter's Harpoon. You can get kills with the Harpoon and then move to your next target with the Flamethrower. Incredible. Huge value. Uh-oh. What's going on in the bottom right? What is Johto up to? Johto is trying to find the spot. Okay. Was kind of off the map for a little bit there. Trying to find the teleport boundary. Took a little bit of time. The Vagrant, well, they're called Wandering Vagrants for a reason. Wandered off to the other half of the map. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to worry about the Vagrant being in there. You can just get a couple shots. Easy kill. There we go. Oh, Crowbar. Crowbar on the spawn side of the map, on the hill. The part visible from the TP spot. Blubbly's going to go back to that Void Cradle. But not yet. Interesting. Maybe afraid of the Infestors, of taking a little bit of damage there. Doesn't have enough money for this. Oh, hasn't even activated TP yet. Okay. Maybe that's why. Maybe he wants to go back after TP's done. Ooh. Huge. Faku forgot to reroll the Harpoon. Oh. Yep. And the first reroll, by the way. Johto gets a ukulele, but has to look out and not die. Is at 20 HP. 2 Lemurian Fireballs, and that's death. Couple Wisp spawn. You want to be at a place where you can take cover. Right? No safer spaces yet. Really struggling with this TP. There we go. Gotta land these shots here, or you might die. This is actually really scary. Oh, well, as soon as I zoom in, you get to see a flash of light. Johto gets hit by the Wisps, and just wasn't able to take him out in time. +5. Meanwhile, Blubbly just starting to TP up. It's got a lot of Wisps. You almost want to deal with those Wisps first. You have a Repulsion Armor Plate, which is really going to help. But, yeah, that's not going to be good for you. You want to be in good position. Not the time for Flamethrower. There's Wisps, there's Orbs coming out. You're going to die. 2 HP. Now thinks it's time to run. Accidentally had the ice up, though. So activated that over there, and well, just kind of thinks, okay, I just want to burst this boss down, but it's just too close. Too close at a double +5. Just, you gotta really be patient with moments like that. Take a breather, take a moment. At least gets the reroll for the ukulele, but that's I mean, that's really good news for Johto, who had the +5, right? Is in a much better position maybe for snagging 3rd place, assuming no more +5s happen throughout this race. Is gonna go for those Speed Printer, maybe, right? Running over there. Meanwhile, how are our friends doing on Aqueduct? Well, Mallard is listening to Puzzle Bubble 2 and has a Rose Buckler. That's cool. Baku, 3 energy drinks with the gasoline, with a crowbar. Crowbar's really nice at just taking out small enemies. You see a Lemurian, and you see a Beetle, you see a Wisp, just throw a Fireball, instantly kills him. Gets Mending, double Mending Beetle, right? You want to definitely take those out. We've seen on, oh, I can't talk about that one yet. It's not on YouTube. But stay tuned tomorrow for part 2 of the loadout race, featuring, I think, Klauski, Zinc, Ken's, and I forget who else. I think it was Liam. A lot of mending there. A lot of mending enemies and Clay Dune Striders. By the way, in case you want to take a look at the YouTube, there's a command. I have daily uploads for these races. And uh-oh. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Look at Mallard. Has an ATG. I thought I would go back in time to find a pickup for that. That's huge. I mean, epic fail on my part, but... Okay, ATG with Flamethrower, lots of chances to proc those missiles, right? Get a little bit of something going. Has the spaces. Does everyone have space for spaces? Oh, no. Hold up. Wally, thank you so much for the sub. Didn't Blubbly walk by the Void Cradle on stage 1 before activating TP? That is a blunder. Not getting that Cradle. Going to end up with no safer spaces throughout this run. Hopefully can get lucky and find one down the line, but that's just free, so much free stuff that you're going to be without now. And boss items and Infusion. We just saw on Cool Mallard's screen and on Faku's, who I'm assuming re-rolled it for the ukulele. Yes, Faku's already on stage 3 at 11 minutes in. Blubbly lost pods? Oh, for pod rolling. Uh-oh. Well. Man, the pods might not be a bad idea, if you can do it. Equipment reroll, by the way, is Supermassive Leech for Blubbly. Uh-oh. Johto getting pretty low on health here. 1 Greater Wisp shot, and he's dead. There's a Clay Dune Strider that's given the suck. Thankfully not caught in that. It's going to just try to shoot the Dune Strider, takes out the Mending Wisp. There's a few more hits, and there you go. Oh, geez. What's happening here? Baku is just wrecking a Void Seed, okay. And Johto rerolls into a Wax Quail. Ooh. Luckily it doesn't have the Harpoon. Harpoon with the Wax Quail could be some really nasty movement to have to work with. Oh, but you gotta look out for those Wisps. Johto already struggled with those Wisps on stage 1. Oh, okay, no. He's fine. Blubbly gets the ATG, by the way. Yeah, Johto has the ukulele, right? And that uke's gonna deal with those Wisps just from dealing with the other enemies. Pretty fortunate. Faku opens up a Void Cradle, gets Pluripotent Larva, and decides to take it. You could also opt for a... There's 2. That Void... Are you kidding me? That Void Seed has 2 Pluripotent Larvas in it. That's 2 extra lives. Or if you're kind of feeling frisky, just saying, you could go for the double bloom. We'll see if anyone tries to go for a bloom. On death, though, currently, Faku with a reroll on a safer spaces. Okay, so there is another safer spaces for potential for Blubbly on stage 3. Just got to open up the cradle on the vent platform landing spot. I believe Mallard, by the way, finished up pot rolling, opened up the... Wait, what? Wait, didn't Mallard roll pots? What happened? Okay, I got distracted. Let me get a timestamp, 2404 on top left for Blubbly. What happened to the pot rolling? Gonna go back in time through the VLC machine. And we take a look at Mallard. Sees the button, sees the pot. No enemies left, right? No Lemurian to shoot the pots, unlike what happened to Blubbly. And it's gonna roll it. That one messes up. As this one. I was so close when I looked away at the double larva. Oh, it's caught on the lip. You want to try and go the other way. Take an approach from the rock. Walks over it. Oh, no. Walked over and around. Those pots, I mean, to be fair, that's one of the most difficult pots you can have. That's one of the most difficult roles to do on the most difficult character of Artificer. It was a great attempt. And having two bans when you're stuck with Flamethrower, that's something that you're going to want to have. And Mallard was unable to roll the pots, gets a Gorag's Opus, a second one, right? So a bit of a waste of an equipment there. Also keep in mind, Mallard's the only one not to get the Recycler. I almost feel like that's why, if you have a Recycler, you don't want to go for Benthic Bloom as much, right? You're getting 5, 6, 7 recycles, maybe, hell, 10 or 11 or 12 recycles in a run, depending on how fast or slow you're going. And, right, having that much option, having that much choice in your items, you'd much rather want to have your chosen fate from the rerolls as opposed to whatever Bloom delivers. What do you mean Flamethrower's giga damage? It's colossal damage. That's right. +5s, where do they come from? Double +5 for Blubbly on stage 1 from Vagrant. Just really wanted it dead and kind of thought they had more DPS to finish it off. And then Jodo got wrecked by Wisps. Oh, there's a Blast Shower? Reroll for Jodo. So it goes Supermassive Leech for the first reroll, and then it's Blast Shower. So if someone rerolls with bans down the line, right, if they do find any, which, I mean, we might be seeing some Void bans, assuming everyone clears this Void seed and gets double Pluripotent Larva. Double! Unless one was a Benthic that got rerolled into Larva. I don't think I looked at the first one that he got there. Oh, we get to see some pot rolling. And, oh no. No, let's go back. What happens? Lovely. Fighting this Clay Templar, or Tombstriner. So many Clay enemies. Gets hit by 1 orb, 2 orb, that's a bottle. Thankfully the bottle's gonna save him. But there's a suck. No, you don't wanna approach the suck right now. That is so risky. Oh, but the greed pays off. Will it though? There's wisps. And no. Nope. One wisp too many. One bit too much of damage from the suck. And it's a +5. A third +5 in Blubbly, who really struggled with the early game in week 1 we saw. Just continues to take early +5s. Right, has a lot of certain skills down. Okay, there we go. Pluripotent Larva, number 1 for Mallard. Are they both larvas though? Right, Mallard does not have Recycler. Let's see, just gotta wait. Gets the safer spaces back. Opens up the other. And yeah, it's double larva straight up. No rerolls. That is actually the first double larva I've ever seen from a what are they called? Void seeds, void camps. They've got so many different names. And there you go. Johto actually making good use of that scrapper. Gets 2 white scrap. It's always nice to have just a conveniently placed scrapper when you're, you know, just route running, doing a couple things. You're like, hey, look, it's a scrapper. And then you just get some scrap. You have like 3 or 4 bites at stake. It's like 4 in 1. Boom. Doesn't take too much time off your hands. Johto using that to turn it into Wungus. I don't really feel like you need 3 Wungus, but maybe Johto does. Maybe doesn't feel the most comfortable with this loadout. Really just wants to have some healing. I feel like maybe Johto's opinion on healing and survivability might change a little bit. If he ends up finding that double pluripotent larva from that void seed. Faku dealing with an early... Oh god, this could be dangerous. This could be bad. There's so much going on right now. As Johto takes not only a bottle, but Faku dealing with a larva, dealing with a Soul's control unit. You don't want to get that control unit low on health when there's a bunch of other crazy enemies. They're out and about. Okay, seems to have a little bit more control. Obviously, there's 2 free extra lives, so you can be very careless in some ways. Right, you don't want to lose your watch, but... at the very least, if you die twice, you don't lose any time. They would skip this run, maybe? Oh, it could happen, right? Can't you do it with a flamethrower? You just stand on the spot with the flamethrower out and you get the skip? Oh, wait, no, you just use the ice spear. That's right. I'm silly. Yeah. Yeah, it could be an easy skip. Faku getting a crit. Adding to the proc chain there. Oh, but if you get Void Scent... Oh, you know what? Sometimes you gotta ask, like, is it worth to just take a larva in the instant, like, immediate moment? If I were racing right now, and I kill this magma worm, right, on Faku's screen, if I kill this, and I see a Molten Perforator, I'm going to purposely die. Because Molten Perforator with Polyloot, you don't lose any void, you don't gain any void bands or anything like that, right? You have to deal with void crit, not the biggest deal in the world. Could be only 10 or 20 what happened? 10 or 20% damage loss, but that's a huge gain. And you don't want to you know, end up having that +5 and not getting the tooth. All right, let's take a look at Johto here. What's going on here? Dealing with double Dune Strider, right? Activated the TP a little bit later than the others. Having another Wisp problem. And my guess for the death is going to be... Oh, no, not Double Suck. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. That was stacked. I think that was a triple. How many numbers? I see 206. Okay, so a double. Was he sprinting? No, no. Rose Buckler. What on earth? Go back in time travel here. Okay, so Dune Strider gets in the suck formation. Alright, we can speed this up a little bit for now. Dune Strider gets in the suck formation. Johto gets pulled in. Right, wants to be able to land. But while he's trying to land, there are 2, maybe 3 orbs still sitting in there that are trying to reach him, right? This is the path of least resistance. They want to try and get to the Artificer. They try to hover underneath you. Or at least, you know, roll past you. They get caught on a wall sometimes. And when this happens, oh, jeez. Johto wasn't thinking about the orbs. Johto's thinking, I need to land because I've been floating underneath the stage for the longest time and I got to get back in TP. I gotta stop, you know, dilly-dallying. This is a race already at +5. I need to speed things up. I'm getting sucked. I need to land. I can use my wax quill, and I can jump away. Right? That's what Jodo's thinking. Not thinking about oil orbs. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, there were 3. The first one didn't do as much damage for some reason. But just gets triple orbed. And gets annihilated. Immediate. Instant death. Wow. Gotta love orbs. Gotta love this game. Sometimes you really just gotta go frame by frame to even understand what happens in Risk of Rain here. Wow, wow, wow. And now down to 2+5s. Blubbly just only 1 behind. Hasn't activated the TP, though. But there's a chance. And while that's happening, I feel like both of these racers could really, really, really appreciate a pluripotent larva or something, right? Try and reduce those deaths. Faku does not get a magma worm perforator. No molten perforator. Does get a slideshow, though. This is a very cool slideshow. I think that was 1 frame in 5 seconds. New record. There's, yeah, there you go. Get the mending jellyfish out. Also a good picture. You can put that up on the calendar. Interesting also to note at this point, look at Blubbly and Mallard's equipments. Mallard opted to get rid of the Gorax Opus, put it on a drone, right? That's really good. Gopus drones are, you can get some really great value. Blubbly, on the other hand, going for credit card, 10% cash back, able to get multiple items from Tri-Shops. But Blubbly does give up the recycler for that, which I don't exactly know how I feel about that. Faku found a armor-piercing round printer. Wow. Also found an egg. Yeah, yeah. Oh, boy. That'll do it. That's going to be a really slow skip. But what you can do is you can just do, like, 1 iteration of host skip. Obviously, Artificer can't exactly do the host skip that well. The normal one where you just throw yourself down because you go too far out to the left. But can just use one of those and then finish it off with egg. And if Faku could find a fuel cell and not die with it, right, 2 pluripotent larvas, then easy skip. Also able to get airborne for extra flamethrower usage. Eggs are really good equipment on flamethrower. And you know what's not very good, though, is when you're Jodo and you're dealing with 2 Void Touch Clay Templars. Really good application of ice. Get shot a little bit. Thankfully, the proc coefficient is not 1.0 on that gun. I think it's like 0.05. So it's only like a 5% chance you get needle ticked per shot from those guys. Mallard, meanwhile, just barely flying above those. Oh, geez. Oh, Mallard. Oh, Mallard. Run away. Try and land that ice when you can, but there's larva. Gets the opal back online. Gets the safer spaces online. Lands some ice to just try and slow down that massive horde of enemies. Oh, God. Larva, -1 bottle. Turns on the crowdfunder. Really just needs to get these dead. Didn't get that much speed on stage 1 from that printer. I don't feel like anyone really did. And okay, looks like he might be okay with that. We'll check back up on it. Faku, meanwhile, on stage 5, dealing with some brass contraptions, right? You really don't want to get hit by an overloading one of those. If you don't have your spaces up and you get hit, you die. And oh, that's weird. Did Jodo not see the other pluripotent larva? Right, has 1. Got the first Void Cradle and just walked away. What's up with that? Is he like thinking of maybe looting a little bit elsewhere before going back and re-rolling? Maybe wanted to... I don't see any... What's that item called? The Bloomin' Onion? The Benthic Bloom? That's the one. Blubbly just scrapped 5 focus crystals. Don't know how I feel about that either, but Faku gets a band from a chest. That's huge. Oh man, losing so many focus crystals. I know it's a damage item that's hard to pull off, hard to use, but I mean, if you can really just get in there That's double damage you're giving up. Maybe it could have been some other things that you get rid of before that one. Like those elixirs. Or PSG. Or the... I don't know. There's some other options other than that, but... Not sure how I feel about giving up focus crystals, especially on Artificer. Faku doing a good job dealing with Ancestro. Rest in peace. Let's see what the boss item is. It's a band. A bandolier. Let's go. Able to get those flamethrowers up more for some more colossal damage. Also, Breach, thank you so much with the 7 months. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. See, I like, right here, I like what Johto's doing. Right, might have only found one. Oh, wait, no, Blubbly's going back for the focus crystal. Okay, okay, just wanted a lot of mobility. And it's like, oh, still wants to keep some of the focus crystal. Blubbly's going to take the safer spaces. And is going to activate the teleport. Hasn't even started yet? Oh, boy. You got a lot to do, Blub. But I believe in you. I know you can do it. Use that speed, though, to your advantage. Losing a bottle. Already, you just want to run. You can't fight this. Get in a better position. No one to shoot, no one to move. If you just run in those circles, as everyone always says, is all those really popular Eclipse State full looter people always say, just run in circles and you live. A lot of that's true. And you can run in circles and deal damage. You don't have to do one or the other. Blubbly trying to take advantage maybe of the spawn invincibility, having gotten that +5, now at 4, is at least able to run away from the Dune Strider. Mallard, meanwhile, just starting the Magma Worm fight, the fight that I think Faku was in a while back. Faku wishes he had a Recycler, by the way, having just picked up a Nikahana's Opinion. Finds Wings. That is much better than Egg. Huge play. Let's go. Love to see it. If you're Faku, you can just straight up pretty much leave. But he wants to scrap. Oh, I think the APR printer on stage 5. Was that stage 4? Blubbly another +5, by the way. Just really starting to fall behind. As so much is constantly going on. Yeah, there's another piercing printer. Okay. Holy. Okay. I've been trying not to pause super duper too much with these live casts. That's something I like to reserve more for the highlights on YouTube. You can check those out via !YouTube, by the way. Take a look at Johto. Get out of bitrate hell here. Okay. So the TP starts. Oh no, Magma Worm. That's scary. Right, pretty much on par in real time with Mallard. But he's going to turn around and boom. Just like that, from really good on health to already almost dead. Jump scare with the Elder, Mending Elder. And it's about to fire another blast of shots. If Johto does not land any sort of freeze, he's just dead. There is 0 chance he survives. But check this out. Boom. Ice Wall. Gonna run away. Gonna assess the situation better, and try to take a different angle, take a different approach, right? Situation like that, you want to understand your comfortability, what you're comfortable with. You don't want to run in front of a bunch of wisps with 50 HP. Oh, Blubbly. This is not a situation you want to be in. Hang on there. No, there's the orb. Yeah. Blubbly just really taking a lot of shots here at 6 +5s. And, well, if they don't, settle down a little bit here in a bit, they're probably full tilt right now from the 2 deaths on stage 1. We got to remember that, right? It's really hard to play this game with a cool, calm, and collected mindset when you just start the run with +10 minutes added on. And I'm sure Blubbly's really feeling a lot of that right now, so there's a bit of understanding to be held here for the situation. But while Blubbly's on stage 3, dealing with these wisps still, dealing with these damned, annoying, blazing wisps that do so much damage. There's just so many wisps. Oh my god. Yikes, hang on. Faku. Check us out. Gonna attempt an early host skip, right? Originally had egg, but this is faster. You don't have to use 2 or 3 eggs to pull this off. You just need wings and 1 host skip jump from the head stomper position, and you are fighting Mithrix. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that skip really cool? I wonder who discovered it. They must be really cool. Whew. And Faku begins the fight. Gonna get some ice. There's like 55 jellyfish on Mallard's screen. Run away. Oh boy. But Faku having a little bit of lag here. Got a cool slideshow. Put that up on the wall. There we go. Mithrix slapping Artificer. 2024 colorized. It's going to be trying to get as many freezes as possible. Trying to use the flamethrower in between freezes. And I'm not talking about his game freezing or his stream freezing. I'm talking about, yeah, there we go. Right before Mithrix goes back up, you want to get a freeze on him. Because when you do that, he doesn't teleport back up. There's no invincibility. You just get to fight him for another 20 or so seconds. Or like 15 seconds or so. Until you need another application. Right here, he waited. Right, wasn't able, and there we go. Done with phase 1. Good stuff. Fuck you, lag switching Mithrix. Dude. Yeah, it's reminding me. I used to do like Super Smash Brothers online during COVID, back when I still played that game. Yeah, I used to be really into it. I'd go to tournaments and stuff at locals. And hold up. Johto. What's going on with Johto? Dude, check this out. 4 different stages again. Yeah, everyone's at a different pace, different point. Welcome in, by the way. Hope you're doing well. I think I dropped a few frames of my own. My apologies. Check out Johto here. This is a sick little navigation tactic I've never really seen before. Gets teleported back on stage. It's like, oh god, this is bad. Stuck here on the boxes? This is not a good spot. You can't jump up here. You have to, like, jump onto the box right here and then go towards the enemies, and that's bad. Otherwise, you have to, like, teleport yourself down to the bottom of the map. That's not good. But watch what Johto does. Johto's like, okay, well, I'm just going to jump underneath the ship here. And there's this tiny little crevice. I don't even know if every survivor can fit in there. This tiny little crevice just kind of sneaks by. Whoop. What was that? I never knew you could do that. That's so cool. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. All right. Lunar Chimera almost done for Faku, by the way. Hasn't died yet. Hasn't even lost 1 pluripotent larva. I mean, Faku's essentially won this at this point. In order to get any +5s, Faku is going to need to die 3 times. Or die in phase 4, which could happen. If he somehow messes that up. Doesn't get the phase 4 skip or anything like that. Johto just trying to get some teleport charge in. Being sneaky underneath the underneath the map. Gets teleported back in. Oh no, the worms are punishing him. Oh, oh, hang on, Johto. Oh, look at this. Observe. Johto's just doing so much right now. Johto's like, I need to get some TP charge. There's so many larvae and stuff in there. Maybe if I could just get this to 99%, I could be good. Uh-oh, here come the worms. They're getting healed. And then totally gets teleported back in. The magma worms ping-pong him. And luckily, Johto's able to run away. We'll see. That's not a good idea to use the vent there. At 200 and how many curse? Is that... Okay, just 106 curse. It's going to be able to run out of the cave and survive. Blubbly, by the way, with another +5. Up to 7 now. Jeez. Faku halfway done with the Mithrix fight. Again, needs to die 3 times if anything's going to happen for a cool Mallard. For the coolest of all Mallards, there will need to be death. And a lot of it right now. But, I mean, Faku's like in perfect positions, getting constant freezes on Mithrix and on his internet. Oh, Jodo with a +5. What was that there? I was trying to watch the Faku finish off the fight, which he manages to do. But while that happens, and while I'm in bitrate land from going back in time, here we go. Jodo done with the stage TP, right? Is now charging, dealt with all the larvae. Uh-oh, here comes Jellyfish. And they're blazing, and there's 3 of them, and there's a Soulless Control Unit. The Jellyfish get knocked out, and there's about 4 larvae that just jumped above Jodo right there. Do you think this Ice Wall is going to deal with it? Find out. And takes the vent again. Gets bounced this time. And that's a quadruple shot. Okay, that wasn't the outcome I was thinking was going to happen there. But it was the one that ended up happening. I think Faku accidentally used his equipment there. Didn't want to use it. Is now in phase 4. Purposely takes damage so that when he gets safer spaces back, which he already has because it's like the first item he picked up, he is now invincible. Faku cannot die. GG. Well played. The only way Faku loses this is if he cannot complete the run from his internet, completely dropping. At that point, proper save would kick in. He would get 1 + 5, and probably still be able to beat everyone else. GG to Faku. Wasn't really too close of a race. Never died, never really blinked. Just has to wait for these wings to come back so he can actually take a good portal, because he accidentally used them. There he goes. That's a semi-decent portal, but it's going to be a lot faster than taking a bait portal. Well, he doesn't have the movement speed to get to. By the way, another +5 on Blubbly, who got wrecked by worms. It's just, just tanking all the damage, wants to be out, wants to be done. Unless maybe everyone else died 50 times, which, with these good items, is probably not going to be the case. Just isn't having a good time. And who could blame him? 2 +5s on stage 1. It's really hard to get over that. But had Blubbly played a little bit more, calm in the situation, right? Only had the 2 +5s. You know who else has a lot of deaths? I mean, Jodo's at 3. Mallard is about to die from the grandparent. Excuse me? Okay. Observe Mallard dealing with the grandparents. There we go, spawns in. There's 2, 3, 4, 5 elders that just spawned behind him. Yikes. That's not good. It's going to run up with the egg, right? No way to avoid, or it's a good way to avoid taking hits, and it's in the fire flame. Wait, hold up. Was there any cover that Mallard could have had? I feel like Mallard could have just hid behind that rock, but didn't feel that rock was safe. Felt like that it was not actual cover. I do believe it would have been cover had Mallard just hid underneath that rock right there. Would have been fine. Maybe get behind the stage there, but just thought I need to run. Maybe if I'm so close, I'm almost out of the range. I'm almost out of range. Was not out of range, and gets a +5, which opens the table back up again. Not only for Faku to essentially guarantee, well, no, that's not the case. Void DO kicks in. Pluripotent Larva, right? That's the name of it. So doesn't lose any time penalty from that. Faku finishes up at a 34:02 deathless. Didn't even need to use his larvas. So we'll get that time up in there now. Time to deny. Double bonus. 34:02. We'll get that on there. While that's going on, Blubbly is going to be told to resign, as the cutoff point was 7402. With 12 or 13 deaths, it just has to end up happening. Mallard is jamming out, meanwhile, to Animal Crossing. I believe that's, yeah. Never really played that one. Host Hydrate? Yeah, got it. I didn't have shadows on, didn't want to risk it. That's fair. My old PC, I had the same problem. I never turned it on, but yeah, what Cap said in chat would help you out there, Mallard. Just turn it on during the grandparent attack, and then when it's over, you just turn it back off. It's really annoying, but it spares your PC and your +5s. Or +Vs. And we're down to Mallard and Johto, which would be this one. There we go. So, oh, that's not 3402. 4402 would be time to deny. 4402. Which, I mean, Mallard's still got time to do it. Get a quick Mithrix fight. Has the egg. Has safer spaces. Oh, you know what? Mallard... Oh, no! Mallard getting wrecked by some brass contraptions there. Loses his other pluripotent larva. Just gonna try and egg them for damage and then just try to run away, get some elevation on them. Contrary to what the wiki says, you can get high elevation to avoid taking damage from flying enemies and other shots. And it's actually optimal to avoid stuff by being in the air. You have access to 6 movement or directions of movement as opposed to 4. It's really good. And Mallard knows that. Knows that these are dangerous and need to be dealt with. But Mallard didn't get the ukulele because he never got the recycler. And no recycler. Yeah, see, Polyloot is on Jodovich's screen. Johto's got Poly. Which even at 3+5s? Oh, he's so lucky. He also has normal crit. Only taking the one pluripotent larva. Has 5 focus crystals, 3 APR for Johto. This is on Johto's screen here. Really, really good damage. We could actually see Johto get 2nd place. If Mallard dies a little bit here, I mean, it's going to have to be 3 deaths. I would say Johto has the better loadout. Now, Johto also might need to find a better equipment. I prefer that, if possible, and not die from that parent that's sneaking up behind. Now, Johto really wants to take care of that overloading Elder Lemurian that's stuck in the crab trap. Oh, wait, hold on. Johto hasn't even started the TP fight. So let's not even get to that yet. You've got a long way to go. And you've got so many enemies in there. Oh, jeez. Yikes. There's a Soulless Control Unit. There's a Grandparent. Oh, that's going to be your ticket. That's your way out. There is those Void enemies that you got to worry about, but you kill that Grandparent or get him down to half health, and all those enemies. Yeah, stand there. Perfect spot. Excellent execution, and gets blasted by like 3 bell shots all in the same frame. Let's see that again. Let us observe. This is here on Johto's screen. Johto here, I mean, it just making a really good play. Besides, it's time to activate TP, runs away. There's the Grandparent. Gets knocked back. Actually, really good knockback from the Grandparent. Really helping out. But observe. I believe the problem that Johto's going to have here is he's going to see, well, when I stand right in this position, this Elder Lemurian, this parent, they're just going to jump off a cliff and die. Or maybe the parent might teleport back, but will take a bunch of fall damage and will eventually perish. Feels really good about that. But you know what's not really good? And it's really hard to see between all of these numbers. You're feeling pretty safe. Nothing can really reach you. Maybe these guys might a little bit. But there's like 5 bells in there. You can't even tell. Those little health bars. Each one of those health bars is a bell. And that falls. There they are. A lot more prominent now. He's going to try and drop a little bit. That's a good tactic that people will use. Right? You're still moving in a direction. You just kind of curve a little bit and go down. And, oh, flamethrower. tries to flamethrow the Soulless empathy, not empathy core, Soulless probe, and just gets blasted by the bells. That's a rip. Unfortunate. Should have done at the artifact portal now. It's going to run off the map so he can teleport back up. That's perfectly cool. Perfectly good. Mallard is looting up. It's still at 38 minutes. If Mallard wanted to deny bonus points, Mallard would have had to leave a while ago. Quite some time ago. Yeah, he's got some good damage items. Double Plasma Shrimp has 5 APR. Mallard has 3 energy drink, right? Good mobility. But I mean, when you're fighting Mithrix like 10 minutes later than the last guy. Oh, there's the Nukahanas. Gets that easy. Doesn't have the Recycler. If Johto finds that Nukahana's Opinion, though, could be some value there. Getting a reroll with that Recycler in hand. But, oh, wait. You know what? Mallard, hopefully, I hope to God, does not get close to... There was an ICBM on the bridge. Oh, Mallard. Wait, what? What are you doing, Mallard? You just got pocket ICBM and you're like, first thought, what? Getting rid of damage? I get it. You want the APR rounds. Those are fireworks. And you get rid of your brooches. Get rid of your stake. Get rid of the damn medkit before the Nukahanas wrecks your ass. Stealth or Stun Grenade maybe got rid of those because he wanted to just get more scrap faster? Huh? There's a Zai construct on Johto's screen, by the way, Void Infested. Void Touch was I don't know, just unable to kill the crowd for such a long period of time, or what happened. Entering at a late point. Bringing Recycler to Sky was bait. It was bait, but it was the right choice. If you took Recycler to Sky Meadow, you would get wings here, and then, right, you don't need the egg. It's ultimately good, but at the end of the day, yeah, ICBM, 2 Plasma Shrimp. He's got to go, though. If Mallard could somehow, and he's pretty fast, too, needs to do Mithrix in like 2 minutes, maybe not. We'll go ahead and get rid of the deny double points. Faku's pretty much guaranteed to get him. So that brings up to 7402. Time to complete. Let me do that. 7402. Johto's really in trouble here, by the way. Just constantly getting hammered by these parents. Taking constant damage. Just needs to get a little bit more charge in at 87%. Don't want another +5. You're already at 61 minutes, and if you take another, you're going to end up with a DNF. You cannot afford that. But if you just do this, yeah, there you go. Get wrecked, Elder. Typical rule of thumb in Hosting League, if there's a loadout with good items in it, if you die like 5 times and are a little bit slow, you're probably going to get DNF'd, right? So if you're going to go slow, at the very least, go safe. Play like you do not want to die. Play like your last life is the one that matters. And if you do that, you can at least get a couple points in there, right? Or you could play fast and just be a gamer, like Faku was, like Mallard was in a lot of ways too. I think Mallard is a good example of playing safe, as he's just egging up to the Mithrix arena, just playing safe. Don't die. I mean, he did get the 2 deaths, but double Pluripotent Larva at the very least. Fireband was picked up on Johto's screen, by the way. Johto's in a good spot. Damage-wise, if you just get the wings as Johto, have a good Mithrix fight, not die, and place 3rd. Oh god, Mallard. Please, no, I don't want that. Nope. Ugh, you're making me motion sick. And I'm a Realm of the Mad God player. Even that's a little too much for me. Alright, we're good. But yeah, just by playing safe, Mallard was able to not get any +5s and still has an additional 31 minutes to finish. Right, so that's 6 deaths. And as he's jamming out to Find Me Too, the Dark Lord theme, he's really feeling pumped up. That Lonk from Pennsylvania is here to help fight. He'll take him down. Always use the red magic people. They do the most damage. The blue magic is pretty good too. And Plasma Shrimp. Nookahana's Opinion. Easy. Surprised he didn't scrap that, though, with the medkit. If Mallard gets killed by medkit Nookahana's phase 4, I'm going to laugh. Ugh. Yeah, there you go. This is what you want to do as Artificer against Mithrix. You want to kind of line yourself up with the Ice Band, and oh man, that Void Band's really get some good value on that. Right, you throw it on the ice, and you want to get vertical. Just like that. Don't want to be too close where he can like hammer swipe you, sometimes he gets through. But just, yeah, taking advantage of that safer spaces. Alright, gets whacked a little bit there, but not the end of the world with double Opal. And there it goes. Ice Band, Void Band, or not Ice Band, Ice Spear, Void Band. Boom, phase 2. Really quick run. And just past the double bonus point threshold for Faku, by the way. It is official, we can hand out the points. As Faku's going to burst ahead into the lead by a landslide outcome. Well done. Mallard, by the way, is currently just printing some armor-piercing rounds. Anyway. Or Johto was printing those. Mallard is not printing APR. Mallard already has 11 and has a pocket ICBM, the only person with pocket ICBM. Has movement speed, has the safer spaces, has double Plasma Shrimp. It's got that Void Band, but doesn't have the Polyloot. Right. One Polyloot. I mean, I guess the Polyloot with how much damage is coming out here. How much of a difference is it really going to make? It's going to turn maybe like a minute fight into 40 seconds, into 30 seconds or something? Or per phase, not total. Oh, those exploders are annoying. Oh, be careful. Be careful. You don't want to get too many +5s. Oops. Oh, there we are. Because Johto here, I mean, Johto's got 8 minutes to complete. But if you really botch this, I mean, I'm saying really, really, really going to have to botch this here. Exploders are really annoying, one of my least favorite enemies to deal with. That Void, no way. The Void Band knocks them everywhere. Everywhere. When you are surrounded by an enemy, that is not good. This game is all about hurting enemies. Right, you are, I mean, it's essentially just a ranching simulator in disguise. You're just constantly herding the sheep, herding the enemies into a little circle, wrestling them cows around. And then you deal damage as you run in circles around them. But when they explode around like that, and Mallard does make it to phase 4, I just want to show again the craziness that's going on here. Observe. Okay, a little bit too far behind. Are we good here? I mean, it's just such a phase, such a fast phase 4, or phase 3. But here we go. Void Band activates. The exploders are going to get in there. And just observe. Knocked back. You've got, like, one is, like, right here. You've got one, like, right here. And one right there. I dare you to go in a circle. You're still going to get hit by them. It doesn't matter if you're going in a circle. They will hit you. As long as you're, like, moving horizontal to one, you're fine. But when every direction, there's one that you're walking, like, towards vertically, you're going to need a lot of speed. And Mallard... jumps. But yeah, there's another direction. Hit, 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 hit. Just gets slammed by so many. But what's good is Mallard had a rose buckler, had 2 repulsion armor plates, right? Had that opal in safer spaces as well. Is going to be able to make it out. And, well, as we saw it the first time, we'll see it a second time. There goes the Void Band. Takes care of all the enemies this time, doesn't blast them 50 miles away. Gotta love Void Band. Gets the Ice Spear, gets some shots in. Pocket ICBM. Oh, phase 4. Well done. Able to survive that. Now, Mallard does have Nuka-Hana's opinion. And has a med kit. So you gotta be really far away. Do not get close. Do not stop shooting. No, 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 no. Oh, it applied. It applied. Stay away. You are playing so close right now. This is terrifying. Safer Spaces is back. Where's the skulls? Did Mithrix never get to shoot the skulls out? What? Wait, what? Mithrix takes the items. Do I ever see, at any point, is there a green item, a green number that pops up? Oh, you know what it is? Oh, this is clutch. The burn from the fire is constantly providing damage. Mithrix can't apply the Nuka-Hana. Oh, just barely. Super close to getting the med kit applied. Right there and then. Really close right here, but gets the flamethrower in. There goes another blast from the Mithrix's slam. Oh, jeez, that was close. And while that happened, while that is going on, Jodo, doing pillars, didn't find the wings to skip pillars here. So has to do pillars, and there's just so many wisps. And there was one from behind, and just completely surrounded, gets orbed. Unfortunate. But jeez, I mean, Mallard was like 2 or 3 frames constantly, just edging the the brink of death. Not that it would have really mattered too much, right? Double bonus points already have been given to Faku. And unfortunately for Jodo, with that death that just happened, Jodo is going to be forced to resign here in just a couple seconds. Right? Yeah, there it goes. Now let's see. Okay, the timeout's going to be called. Jodo gets the heads up. Personally, if I was reffing, I would just let Jodo play it out, so it's less pausing. And just let our friend over here, Mallard, finish up. But either way is fine. Honestly, this is structured. This is the format, and Mallard's completely okay. Knows that he is not going to be forced to concede. It's probably someone else, because if you're Mallard, or maybe someone's internet dropped or something like that, you're at 48 minutes. So the only way you would be in a point where you have to concede is if somebody broke the world record for fastest drizzle lunar item run, right? In the middle of a loadout race. But here we go. Mallard's doing the ship charge. Is feeling pretty good. 48-40, no deaths. That's generally a good sign. Oh, no blue deaths. There's no blue triangles behind his back. Or diamonds. Yeah. Mallard is just celebrating. Crank that volume. Yeah, Pikmin 2, let's go. Perplexing pool, let's go. Just really having a good time. Gotta hand it to him. These races are stressful. But Mallard, unfazed. And is going to be able to finish up here at... Well, let's wait for it. Is he going to go for the skip? Is he going to watch the ship? Sometimes you just gotta, nope, okay. 49-11. Well done. So that is about a little over 15 minutes of Faku's finish time. Right, played it safe though, got a lot of items. And at the end of the day, we see 2 finishes here between them. Faku's gonna come out on top, but get the 5 points. Mallard though. Mallard's got a shot for the second loadout. Definitely has a huge chance of being able to make some sort of comeback. Right. Standing at 2 points here. GG. Have 400 MP3 download files, which I used to play. Okay. I know my brother does that. The unfortunate life of a Nintendo music enjoyer. You gotta be a pirate. Wait a second. Did positions just change? No. Okay. Blubbly's just having a little bit of internet problems there. That's fine. And we're here in Loadout 2. Man, I still really love Johto's colors. Look at that. Bottom right. They're just so different. They're so vibrant. Like, some of them I feel like someone just, like, took a color filter and, like, put it all in the same. Although, I kind of also like Blubbly's, for that matter. As Blubbly gets a lens maker glasses, along with Faku. We see APR as well in a small chest. Oh, wait, no, a rose buckler small chest. Yeah, it's a good item, especially rose buckler on Huntress. Huntress doesn't have many HP, right? You spawn at level 1, and you only have 90 hit points. Yeah, the APR was from the Tri-Shop, which Johto opted to go for instead of the crit with Flurry. Which, we'll see how it pays off. I think the crit would have been the better choice. But, I mean, apparently Johto can just get those... Was that 2 1%ers? I think Johto just had a double 1% crit moment there. Who needs crit? Just get good RNG. Come on. Alright, I think a timeout's going to be called as Blubbly's internet just fixes. Just in time for the timeout. Alright. Yeah, we're going to take a little pause here again as this one goes underway. Or not tier 5, stage 5, like Elder Lemurians or those blazing bells and what? No way, Johto, bottom right, spare drone parts, stage 1, large chest. Whoever, we were just talking earlier, there is a chance that just Faku just misses a really good chest. And stage 1 spare drone parts, suddenly I'm looking at like a Rex speed run or something. I don't know. One of those spare drone part empathy core runs. Could it be? Well, it could be. There's Siren's Call. They know it's going to be Siren's Call in stage 4. If there's a gun equipment, oh man. You just go TP, find some equipments or something. You have Scorched Acres for equipment tri-shops. That would be a really good opportunity to try and get one. Maybe find some drones on stage 2. You have Wetland Aspect. But Johto, of all people, is the one to find that. Faku, meanwhile, with a crit glass, with a plasma shrimp, right? Feeling pretty good on damage for stage 1. Oh god, this is crazy. Mallard also starting to TP here on stage 1. Gets a Wandering Vagrant. Faku dealing with Mending Beetles, which appear to spawn in after the TP. That's going to be fun for everyone. We love Mending Elites here in Risk of Rain 2. Oh man, I feel like, no, there's no way it's only going to be Johto. I feel like Blubbly would be someone who would get it as well, right? We know Blubbly is a racer who tends to play it a little bit slower early on. And then once the +5s start kicking in, then it's time to kick it into high gear and just take a bunch of +5s. But I mean, if Blubbly find, after that first loadout, if they get their hands on the spare drone parts, whew. Oh, they're walking over and they got $52. Come on, go for it. Go for the large chest. Yeah. No, come on. Runs back. Opens it up. There it is, spare drone part. And it's right by TP too. right next to there. I think, oh, we lost the stream. Just click on the button. Rewatch it. Looks like it got relaunched or something. Cheese is looking at his phone right now. And Faku finds it. There it is. Spare drone parts right out in the open, right near TP. Just had enough money for it. Had he gotten a different chest prior to that large chest, would have been over. And she's still looking at the phone. Come on, man. Oh, alright, there we go. Cheese is asking for a raise with that, right? Faku took a hit from the Blood Shrine, trying to get at that equipment. Gets a Gubo Jr. Okay. Now, on Stage 3, you do get equipment drones, right? So if you walk out of Stage 2 with that Gubo, get to Stage 3, find the drone, pop the Gubo in there, you're going to be able to fly through the TPs. And yeah, every single racer here, as Mallard is the last one to pick up these spare drone parts, gets a drone, healing drone nonetheless, is feeling pretty good. Blubbly has the most drones, though. It's going to get a few more dollars. Is walking over to the healing drone. We'll have 3. Whew. All right. Mallard opting just to take a gunner turret. That's pretty good for clearing, like, initial spawns. Also pretty good at if you do get the empathy cores on Stage 4, right? These racers, again, they know Siren's Call is going to be the boss of Stage 4. Or the stage. The Stage 4 stage is Sirens, right? There could be empathy cores. Whether it be Stage 4, Stage 5. Really high chance. It's guaranteed if you go to Sirens and have a gun. Right, you get the worship unit, boom. And yeah, everyone is just looking for guns, right? That equipment, just like, ooh, equipment, need it. Maybe they're looking for pillar skips. Those could also be good. What's in that void cradle? Oh, it's needle tick. Okay. But while, you know, our other racers are kind of looking for a lot of stuff and taking their time, Faku is a little bit more trained on what's going on. Right, has seen, you know, done a lot of speed running with Gauntlet. Faku knows that if you get a Stage 1 spare drone parts, that the run is pretty much a guaranteed 20 or sub 30 at the very least. Could be like, especially on a Huntress, like sub 25. Knows, okay, don't really need these green items. The Warhorn's cool, but. Right, Rose Bucklers are nice, need that defense. Gets another drone, is going to be able to go to the next stage. With the Gubo in hand. But yeah, if you have something like this, you just got to go TP to TP. Find the drones along the way. Maybe it might be a little bit smart to find a way to farm a little bit of cash on Stage 2. Right, Wetland is the only Stage 2 where you can get a lot of drones. It has the same drone spawn rate as Stage 1. So you get droned here a lot. It's not a bad thing, necessarily, if you have spare drone parts in Stage 1. And if I am playing a full loot run, I kid you not, there are very few times where I will actively avoid going to abandoned aqueducts. And if I find a spare drone part Stage 1, you better bet I'm dreaming for Wetland. I want those drones early. Faku passing a void deal for Plimp. Oh, I missed that. Is it okay if I go back and look at it? Yeah, okay. There it is. It's thinking. There it is. Right there. Encrusted key. I don't even know where the encrusted key is. Everyone else got needle tick. Faku saw Plasma Shrimp, wanted Plasma Shrimp. Personally, I don't blame him. You don't want to lose those empathy cores if you do get them. You don't want to, you know, you already have guaranteed damage. You just need more damage. And, well, having that Void Dio, you shouldn't be dying in a loadout like this anyway. I agree with the call. I think double Plasma Shrimp is good. You want to get more damaged out. You want to get it just out and done with. This is a speed run. Void Dio for potential spaces was what you would do? Yeah, but you gotta find the tougher times. And after stage 3, there's no more white tri-shops, so you're gonna be getting those tougher times. It's gonna have to come from a small chest. So I don't exactly know how I feel about that. Maybe if I was top left on Blubbly screen, right? You do lose the crit, but oh, damn, Blubbly's got 2 gunner drones, a healing drone, 3 gunner turrets. Looks out with the single teddy bear. It doesn't take any damage from that. There you go. Okay, Encrusted Key was next to the Rose Buckler printer, which Mallard gets 3 of. We saw Mallard in chat earlier talking about his playstyle. He likes to just full loot in his normal time. He's just a win streaker. I'm a win streaker a lot. I have a huge win streak record, I believe, of 14, which isn't that good. But I have a 20 win streak where I'm allowed to pick up lunar items from like Void Pod or Lunar Pods. Yeah, Mallard's gonna get the larva. Alright, don't want... Larva saved him 10 minutes last time from not dying. ATG found for Johto. Did not get the original Plasma Shrimp. But does have the key. Does have ATG. We'll see what Johto does with this key. Does Johto want double Plasma? Yes. Yes, he does. He knows he wants damage. But this is a speed run time. It's very interesting how both Faku and Johto end up with double Plasma Shrimp in very different ways. Mallard on a TP. And, oh man, if there was a time where you're going to get your equipment drone, it's going to have to be now. I forget if Siren's Call has equipment drone spawn. It would be so good. If you get that one Gubo drone out, the Gubo drones that pop out of the Gubo equipment holder, they do like 2.7 times the damage of a normal drone, which is huge value. But then it's also constantly spitting out multiple of them, and you have the drone itself. Just damage on damage on damage. You're getting like 5 drones worth just from it alone. But unfortunately, isn't going to be able to get one. I don't think there's any equipment drones in this map, and if there were, you're wasting too much time looking for them. Blubbly just having a breeze of a run here on the top left. How many drones is that now? That's 4 drones, 4 gunner turrets. That spawn point is going to get decimated. Ooh. Jeez. I mean, it's just it's a race to the finish. There's no way. I don't think there's going to be any bonus points this run. Even with how like the only way there's going to be bonus points is if everyone else just takes too much time and doesn't understand how powerful, how good they have it. Right, Faku just found another, well, okay. That's one way. There's a death. We'll pause, we'll go back. I know you guys were saying, hey, I want to see what happens here, though. So, Johto sees a Grove Tender, almost kills a Grove Tender, takes a little bit of fall damage, and gets blasted by a Wisp. Isn't able to get back up on the bridge. And that's not Phase Blink, that is Blink Blink. Takes a +5. And Johto, you can't be typing right now. My guy. You almost died just typing in seriously. Seriously, that was almost a +10. And now, for what you had a chance to be able to maybe get like a 1 point in there, I mean, you're a little bit ahead of Blubbly. Now you really got some work to do. Thankfully, not a double death, but there is the first hosting on Johto's screen there. Unfortunate death. Dang. Blubbly found the ATG on stage 1. Is currently at double Plasma Shrimp. If they find the Encrusted Key, they will have potential for 3 Plasma Shrimp, if they so desire. Otherwise, they could go for Pluripotent Larva or Void Band. The greatest one of them all. But, I mean, you gotta speed up. You're on stage 2. Everyone else is on stage 3 or 4. Maku halfway done with the TP on stage 4. No, it's not halfway. Is that 94, 95? Yeah. Faku's almost done. Found a feather. Has double opal. Maybe a little bit light on drones right now. Maybe you want a couple more. Oh, there you go. Void Seed has some bubbles. Has some crit glasses that you can get. Gets Void Band. Wisp knockback is insane. Yeah, it is. You gotta look out for that. Wisps will screw your day over if you're not careful. Especially if you're like Artificer or something. And there's a Wisp right above you and they just shoot at you. You get knocked into oblivion. I'm surprised Huntress took so much knockback from that, though. I know she's light, but like... Really? That much? Yikes. Faku's going for an adaptive chest here. Let's see what it is. We see... Passes up a watch, passes up focus crystal, and lands on Prayon. Whether that was just a tick or something of just like, ooh, that's a thing I like. I love Prayon. Or maybe he's thinking about actually taking it. Then again, right, you've got spare drone parts. You've got a Gubo Jr. Not something you want to really give up when you know that equipment drones spawn on stage 5. And uh-oh, Frescas, it's strawberry time. Let's go. We've got a Gup event. And immediately, Faku is met with an overloading Gup. Put that on the slideshow. Easy. Let's go. That's the Campbell. Oh, we're doing Horde of Mini. That's a good one. The classic Horde of Mini gamble. Chat, by the way, if you ever see a gamble for Hordes of Many, things to go for would include... if you see that there is Siphon Forest or Abyssal Depths, those are the 2 stages you're going to see the most of. Siphon Forest because the nodes are weird, and Abyssal Depths because overloading worms will try to spawn there, and then they don't spawn. And then there's also Sky Meadow, which gets those because of the overloading worm attempt. But, well, that's always going to happen. And I think there's going to be a timeout called because of Faku. We'll see. She's just kind of trained on Faku at this point of like, well, it's just going to keep going this way. Which is alright. Faku, when he first applied to the league, asked if he could do it on Twitch because there's less bitrate problems there. Could stream a little bit better, and, well, if I did it on Twitch, we wouldn't be able to have all 28 people here. So, unfortunately for him... He's got to put up with this a bit, and this is one of the results that we see. Oh, that was a narrow dodge, by the way, over on Johto's screen. Used one of the spikes from the rocks to be able to hide from the Vagrant Blast. Just narrowly escapes it, and oh god. Mallard almost just gets jump scared by a void-touched Elder. As he's going for the adaptive chest post-TP. Finds a red chest. No way. Faku just missed that? Brilliant Behemoth right next to TP just out in the open. Missed. That's going to be good. But at the same time, though, Faku's got spare drone parts. Might be able to find a Gubo drone. And, well, he's a whole stage ahead. Johto really struggling here with these larvae during the TP fight. Has no drones left. All of them are dead. Lost them all to the Vagrants. Johto is not in a good situation here. Already with a +5. Dealing with these vultures and larvae and bells and just one shot and you're dead. You got to be careful using that ballista. You're standing still for a whole second there. Really got to know when it's safe to use that. Oh god, and the splash damage from the larva bottom left or bottom right again on Johto's screen. It's just hugging it around the 50, 60, 70 health mark. Doesn't have phase blink, has to use the one giant blink, and oh god! It's going to be a +5 for Johto there, as again, no phase blink is there and doesn't have any movement speed. Dealing with Larva, it's just so tough. And now at a 10-minute penalty, could have been a 15-minute during the typing incident on stage 3. What was supposed to be a free run, suddenly not looking so free for him. Could have hit Mountain on stage 4. That one actually isn't too bad of an idea, right? That's a double chance for you to get Empathy Cores if it is Soul's Control Unit as the boss. Blubbly thinking about Caffeinator. But for what? Maybe a Caffeinator drone? I don't know. I would just stick to the credit card. If that's what I'm rolling with. You're not really getting too much value out of the Caffeinator. I guess you're going to keep your drones alive a little bit better. Right, Blubbly able to hold on to 4 of them there. Faku getting an Ice Band. Getting it converted to now 3 Void Bands. Which not bad, right? Gives more time for your spare drone parts to do their job. And oh god, if you're Mallard, or not Mallard, if you're Johto, right, having just entered stage 5, knowing it's a Gup event, don't even bother trying to kill these Gup. Or maybe you do. I mean, at the very least, you do have Brilliant Behemoth, but you're down the 2 drones, right? And the Gups are gonna kill them over time. Gup have insane range. They'll range your drones. So maybe instead of going for chests for loot, maybe try to build up some cash. If you can get enough drones, you can outpower the spawn rate of the Gup. And stage 5 is a very drone-heavy stage, right? You can usually expect to find 5, 6, 7 drones on this stage alone. On average, of course, there are times where you end up finding 0. Johto's seeing a couple question marks in there. Already knows, though, that even with a gun, there is a 0% chance that he can get Empathy Cores on this stage. There's no way of getting a yellow item. It is just going to be Gup. No Empathy Cores. Right? No yellow item. There's no Horde of Many yellow. There should be one, I think. I think that'd be cool. Maybe that's asking for a bit much. Johto taking a few more hits here. Oh, Blubbly had a... Oh my god. Blubbly top left. Might have a chance maybe to come back. Right? Doesn't have any +5s. Has a bunch of drones. Now has 6 Firework and a Caffeinator. That's nice. That is something you're going to want. Especially on that Gup TP. I mean, you have to actually be able to hit the Caffeinator. That could be good. That's a lot of damage. And Blubbly gets the Brilliant Behemoth. Ooh. Something you want to see. Wings, by the way, picked up on Faku and on Mallard at this point. Mallard opting to get his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th drone. Horde of Many chance to drop Aspect instead. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, it could be cool. I mean, it's still going to be rare, right? Although as the boss item, I don't know about that. I don't like aspects are cool, but if I got a mending aspect as my boss item, I would be so mad. Ooh, look, top right. Observe the, there you go. See that damage? We'll totally give full credit of all that damage that we saw right there to the Void Band. Easy. Blubbly's got the Code Red machine. Look at that. Man, that's making me thirsty. Whew. Faku already on the fight. Only has 2 drones. But even if you only have 2 drones, Faku has realized that, yes, not the most amount of drones, but he's going to be able to fight Mithrix. He's going to have spare drone parts. He's going to have 5 crit, 2 plasma shrimp. Just kind of chose to invest in Huntress's DPS. and is feeling good on that. Newsflash. Go back. Johto, at 3+5s, has a couple Gup spawn. But what's going to end up happening here is, oh god, gets juggled, has to teleport over here. Gup have insane range though, and blink happens. Gotta love blink, gotta know how to use your blink. It's not your typical phase blink. You can't just use it wherever you want and be fine. And oh, Gup spawns from behind. It's gonna be another +5 for Johto. Yep, uses that. Okay. Can't just phase blink around. And Johto's got to be careful, because, well, already at 4+5s. If you get to 8+5s, you have to be really, really fast. Or, nope, that's death. That's death for Johto. Nope, barely alive. Has the feather, uses the feather. Is it enough? Oh my god, just barely gets on. But needs to stay alive. Doesn't have any form of healing, though. It's going to be death. The only healing that Johto has is Plasma Shrimp. And I guess kind of healing is Topaz Brooch. This is really good for Blubbly. Because if Johto dies a couple more times here, it's going to be another DNF. Right? And then Blubbly just has to be 40 minutes ahead of or at very least, no more than 40 minutes slower than first place. So Blubbly hopefully gets that other large chest. But, I mean, they're looking really safe. And Faku just annihilating Mithrix, right? Probably not going to die at all. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see a death. I'll keep it in the realm of possibility. Oh, Mallard. Oh, Mallard is not in a good spot. Huge Brooch moment, though. Oh, jeez, that's overloading. That's death. What does Mallard lose? Mallard loses 1 crit and a watch. But thankfully, with the Pluripotent Larva pickup, it's not going to have any +5s. It is still very much in the range for denying at least a bonus point for Faku, who's already on phase 3. And Blubbly, oh no. Blubbly... Okay. I'm going to just start calling this doing the Blubbly from here on out. This is what it is to Blubbly. You see Wandering Vagrants, and you're like, oh no, Wandering Vagrants, what should I do? I know, I'm just going to try and do as much damage and not hide. Observe. La 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 la. I just got to kill them before they can burst. Oh, they're getting pretty low on health, and you really might want to start thinking about taking some cover. There's plenty of options you have for cover. Uses the blink, and it's like, oh, can't, nope, no face blink. Can't get out of there, just used it a couple seconds ago, takes a +5. And the +5 kicks in, and then it's just whenever this happens, Blubbly just goes back. Ooh, let's do this again. Out in the open, just out in the clear, boom, +5 again. Just completely gives up after the first death. Will we see another? I don't know if they're thinking of like, oh, I have the spawn invincibility, maybe take advantage of that. That's plus 15 minutes right there. All of the lead that Blubbly had at that point just absolutely annihilated to Wandering Vagrants. And you really hate to see it. Johto with another +5 from the overloading Gup. Another, I think it was a hosting +5. I missed a few seconds here from Blubbly's inting. We'll observe here on Johto's screen. Take a look bottom right. Jumps off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, yeah. Hang on. Oh, no! Was literally just 1 foot away. And a slight miscalculation. Was being smart. Used the glaive to try and hover. Used the ballista to hover. Knew he had to wait to get that blink back online and just takes the +5. Really hate to see it. Faku, meanwhile, dealing with pizza. Still has both drones alive. Not anymore. They're dead. But that's fine because Mithrix is only at 26 minutes. Is down to 2,000 health. He gets a drone back. Has 3 plasma shrimp. 5 crit. Had the feather. And just didn't really even rely so much on the drone parts. They did a great amount of damage during like phase 2 and stuff, but when it comes to speed running on Huntress, it's just sometimes you just gotta go quick. See what life gives you. Johto, by the way, about to die again. And it's looking like if the 70-minute mark gets passed, it's pretty much gonna be over. This is overloading Gup Horde, just really, really, really giving him troubles. And there it is. Really unfortunate. At least you got 6 Colonel Drillmen. Don't you just love Gup, by the way, chat? Right, in real time, this is 27 minutes. And the Gup are spawning this quick. And they just completely take up the TP. And when you try to speedrun and the stupid Gup Horde spawns in, oh my god, you gotta. I just invoke some sort of inner rage. Yeah, there's another one there. It's just so many +5s at this point, completely tilted. Doesn't know what to do. Right, using Blink, not with the phase Blink, not what Johto's used to. Just getting juggled by these enemies that just instantly kill. That's gonna be it. With the 9th death, Johto's gonna have to resign. Don't know what to do. Yeah. What you gotta do is you gotta kind of lead him away a little bit. You've got 7 Colonel Drillmen. Those Plasma Shrimp are nice. You got the Rose Bucklers. You got so much damage. You just gotta... You just gotta let them do. Saying that the drones aren't shooting? Well, I beg to differ. They're shooting alright. Gup just have so much health. A ton of health. And they're only level 26. You also gotta think about that. Spare drone parts, you really see it kick off in long-term runs because just from the scaling they get from enemy HP, right? And Faku's gonna get a 2758, is that? I think so. Kinda as that for now. So 3758. Time to deny the double bonus. There it is. Concede's called. Just wasn't able to deal with the Gup, and in a situation like that, you just gotta step back, take a breather, and watch back. I mean, what you could have done there, right? And I know it seems like in the situation there's literally nothing you can do. I've been there so many times. You just gotta step back a bit and let him move. More will spawn in, yes. Maybe you can like make him go into cope mode. Oh, it's a +5 on Blubbly, by the way. Might... Oh god, that's really close. Oh, jeez. Right, trying to deal with the warship unit, which it's agreed, right? You feel super powerful with so many, you know, your Colonel Drillman and so many other drones, but I would advise against trying to go for warship unit, unless you're like trying to get a warship unit skip for the red. It's just going to take so much time in a setup like this, right? And seconds count big time. if you're trying to race at a good time. Right, which those fireworks, they're really, really good. You've already got a really good build. What more is a red item going to do here? Right, already lost 6-7 minutes to this. Might lose some more. And Mallard here, right, with the spare drone parts, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drones. The Void Band did die and lost the Void Dios. Lost the watch, but has a feather. It's just avoiding Mithrix, is getting good damage, and has a laser scope. Oh man, kind of wish you had a little bit of crit, but unfortunately lost the crit to Oh, that laser scope was a long time ago. That wasn't. How did I miss that? Chat, when did Mallard get the scope. Oh my god. Oh, this is Behemoth. Double Behemoth. Not ideal for Blubbly. Stage 3 Shrine for scope. Okay. And Blubbly, having already gotten so many deaths on Stage 4, is not going to be happy when they see Stage 5, Sky Meadow, there it is, Mending Gup, 3 Gup, spawning on you. Don't you love Gup? Don't you love spawning in on Sky Meadow? And there's 8 Gup that just spawn immediately? Isn't it fantastic? Don't you just love Gup? The enemy that spawns and attacks within a half a second on top of you? With this enormous hitbox that isn't even visualized? Oh, there's one good thing that Blubbly has. Blubbly's got that caffeinator. They've got 5 crit, or 5 firework, right? That's gonna be good. Infinite money. You just gotta be able to be in the TP zone, holdout zone, to be able to afford or have land control. Which we'll see if they'll be able to pull that off. Mallard's been doing a really good job with this. Oh, time denied. How's it going all the way over there? 3758 again. Max Quill. Oh. Oh, Blubbly. 67's the time. You only got 10 minutes before it's going to be a DNF for Blubbly. So you got to play this out perfectly. You cannot afford to die. And they're trying to take care of the overloading Gup. You just got to activate TP. And you just got to outkill stuff. And you can't stand inside the Gup during this time. Yeah, no. That's an overloading Geep. Standing on top of it. I know it's really hard using the caffeinator to try to hold your ground. But from constantly taking damage, not only are you losing health, but you're also losing your plasma shrimp temporarily. That's something you want to keep. Because if you constantly get hit by Gup like that, you're going to end up just getting harassed, and your DPS is going to be cut in half. Man. Blubbly with barely any drones. I feel like for some of these racers here, I mean, is it safe for me to say that spare drone parts was bait here? There's no way, right? I mean, Mallard's making use of the drone parts. Look at the damage on that. 33, 32, 31. Mallard's getting it. But what did Mallard do that the others didn't? I mean, maybe just play a little bit faster so there's less director credit spawning enemies? That could be one thing, right? You don't want to get overwhelmed. But Mallard might get overwhelmed by the pizza slice that just zooms over. That was not good with the Void crit, or the Void band in the center, keeping Mithrix at bay and getting just stuck. You really got to move in towards Mithrix there, and being unable to do that, using the blink to go horizontal instead of inward, just, I mean, that pizza, a million miles an hour for Mallard there. Absolutely just gets annihilated by it, and now has to deal with another pizza at 39-40. Faku has confirmed a perfect 10 points on a H0sting loadout with spare drone parts, among other really, really good items. I did not see this coming, but sometimes it just takes one pizza slice for that to happen, and for Faku, well, it's his lucky day. The others were unable to just take the situation and zoom ahead. And this is not Artificer. What? Get out of here. Faku will get all 10 points. Well played. I'll get that up on there to time to complete. At 67:58. Blubbly has since passed that, just getting stuck in the overloading Gup. And run that was looking kind of promising, just going a little too slow for both Blubbly and H0sting here. This resulted in too many director credits building up. And with that, and just trying to play aggressive and just out-tank the enemies, right? There is one strategy we've seen racers do in the past where if they can just try and complete before first player finishes, they can still place. But the risk with that is, well, a lot of times the first player is going to be faster than you. If you're dying like this, and, well, unfortunate. Once Cheese wakes up, it's going to be a DNF for Blubbly there. But Mallard, able to finish, did have a +5. But is that, what, 42 minutes? That's not bad. A double placement. Did pretty well, just took it safe, took it easy, knew when to go fast, knew when to play it slow. Found some cool items, sadly lost the the crate glasses and got stuck with that, despite having the laser scope. And yeah, Cheese is just gonna wait for Mallard to finish up, and it's gonna call the GG for Blubbly. So I wouldn't call that on Cheese. That's what I would have done. Just wait for Mallard to finish. Don't have to pause and concede someone so that someone can charge a ship for a minute. GG, well played. A good performance for everyone today. Saw some cool moments. Unfortunately for Blubbly and H0sting, they both do not get any points as they were not able to finish any of the loadouts. Hopefully week 3 they can get something a little bit better going for them. But Mallard is going to finish up at 4, and Faku with a perfect 10 points grabs his first H0sting League victory. GG.